Every rep starts on the ground though. If you want your athletes to do squat clean thrusters, that's okay. That's fine with me. But just to break it up into 2 separate movements, I'm going to have my class do clean and jerk, or clean and push press.
And just to be clear, you said there are 2 different points, but they can't just do squat cleans and no.
No, they have to do in order squat clean then jerk, squat clean then jerk.
But they could finish with an odd number.
Yeah, you can do still a squat clean to finish. All right, Tuesday. The exact same gymnastic movements to start. So we're going to go again the 3 sets of plank holds, all right, and then reverse plank holds. So I took Sean's class last week when we did this, and it was pretty awesome. And it's actually not so bad. Like my elbows hurt immediately afterwards, but the next day they felt okay. I mean, a little tender, but I think holding the plank for the 6 minutes is okay.
Straight arms.
Yeah. Straight arm is plank, bent arm is pillar. All right, so now that we've done that for a week, it's okay to scale people up. You can have elevated feet, or you can weight them on the planks, only if they want to. I would honestly dissuade anybody from doing that quite yet, but the option is there if you have just a stud come in and wants to do some weighted or feet elevated planks. All right.
Sean recording?
Yes, he's live.
Okay.
For the part B, the wrist mobility, all right, the same exact rocks as last week, so just the plank rocks, all right, the turning your thumb out rocks, the bulldog rock and the gorilla rock, all right, that's all going to be the exact same we did last week, so just 10 rocks each. I like how we alternated our hands last week when we did it. If you have folks that want to scale up a little bit and have them go in their arms together, they totally can. They can do both arms at the same time, or if they want more control, to be able to kind of isolate one arm over the other, then they can totally do one arm at a time. Everybody goes back to the wall, the exact same wrist stability exercises we did last week. All right, so the exact same thing, just getting folks used to that. I think folks got that one pretty easily. We will transition that, all right, to the floor at some point. But for right now, keep everybody on the wall. All right, Sean, you agree? Wrists aren't quite ready for the floor yet? Okay. Yeah. So let's stay on the wall another week. So we'll do this one, and then next week still on the wall, and then we'll start to slowly transition people down to the floor. All right, then we have the last part. We're going to add in face down handstand. So that's going to be trying to create that hollow position on the ground. All right, so digging your toes into the floor, pressing your arms into the wall, all right, and trying to create a hollow position on the floor. So trying to get your hips off, trying to get your stomach off the floor, trying to press through the wall with your arms, and trying to just create that nice tense position face down, holding 3 sets of 20 seconds. All right.
So the only thing is hands touching the wall and feet touching the wall.
We will video this so you guys can see what we want and give some coaching critiques, just like the wrist drills. We'll videotape this tomorrow and just send it out to the coaches. All right. Also, in preparation for the Gobble Games, which are not this weekend but next weekend, I'd like for everybody to do barbell overhead walking lunges just to get our athletes ready for that. We have 3 sets of 50 feet on Tuesday. The workout for Tuesday is very fast. All right, it is meant to hurt a little bit on the runs. They've got 3 800-meter runs. I don't know if you guys looked at the weather forecast all week long, but we're almost in the 90s all week long. Like it's not going to be cold whatsoever. So it's a great opportunity to run again. So 3 800-meter runs, they're going to rest a 1-to-1 work-to-rest ratio.
I have a question. Any of our athletes that are tapering down, do we have any that are doing the half or full?
This will not affect anybody's taper on the Rock and Roll Marathon. That is on Saturday. But we might have some athletes that are running in it. They're probably not going to come to the gym a whole lot anyway. If we do have a distance style day or like a very, very big aerobic style workout, it is okay to turn that workout to like a more of a sprint workout for them. We just don't want to create a lot of soreness for them going into the race. We can talk about that later. Honestly, it's a really good question. You just don't want to have a lot of muscle breakdown before you do a lot of muscle breakdown on Saturday. So anything we can avoid a lot of heavy eccentrics, I think that's going to be better for our athletes. All right, so that's Tuesday. Wednesday, kind of the exact same thing we worked on last week. We're going to go ipsilateral dead bug, so that same arm, same leg, 3 times 45 seconds on each side. Okay, so you got plenty of time to work on the ipsilateral side. So if you just want to work all right side, you can. If you want to alternate right and then left side for 45 seconds, you totally can. I'll leave it to you, depending on how much time you have. I did see a couple of classes do the hinge rows. Let's make sure that we also post a video of that so that we can watch folks do the hinge rows. I saw a lot of just bad hand position on the rings when we're doing that. I want to make this hinge row be able to transition into a muscle up eventually. All right, so like, yeah. So you can use this, Sean, as not only a rope climb transition, but a muscle up transition as well for our athletes. All right, the kip through the rings is a hinge type movement, but if we got folks flashing their arms out to do the hinge row, then we should address that, I think, at some point, to either keep the hands in a hammer position or just practice false gripping those hinge rows. We can talk about it later, but for the most part, the technique was there. Just some nuancy things that I'd like to change a little bit on that. And then the strength movement for Wednesday is going to be deadlift 5x5 at 80%, so just bumping it up just a little bit than last week. This was hard too for our athletes. 75% was kind of tough for our athletes to do, so give them plenty of time to deadlift. I want to make sure that they're nice and warmed up for that, and they have plenty of time to work up to that 80% and plenty of time to do the repetitions. The workout is going to be just a glycolytic, just kind of that like lactate producing nightmare. 250 meter row, 25 kettlebell swings, 15 burpees, and then back up. 25 more kettlebell swings, and then 250 meter row. All right, this one hurts. This one hurts good, especially that second row is just kind of a gut check. They get to rest 6 minutes in between the efforts, and they got to do it again. Trying to match or beat their score from the previous effort.
I'm getting Wednesday confused with Friday. I ran out of time Friday.
Okay.
I think there's time here, but if we run over on the deadlifts.
Don't run over on the deadlifts.
Okay.
Cut the deadlift short to get
Okay.
to both rounds of the workout.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about capping the workout.
Nope.
Okay, for
No.
shortening the rest.
Yeah. This is a gymnastic focus, and this is opens prep. So that workout is exactly what they're going to see getting ready for the opens.
Okay.
Deadlifts are just for strength maintenance at this point in the program. They don't need to be
Prioritize the lot.
They don't need to be prioritized. The priority is going to be the gymnastics and then the metcons. All right, Thursday. I absolutely loved how we coached this last week. The hanging hollow hold, the hanging arch hold, and then the kip swings. I think we did a fantastic job of doing that and getting everybody to understand how small the kip swing actually is and how compact and how tight it should feel. Fantastic. We're going to do it again. All right, so this time you get 3 sets, basically 10, 10, and 10. So 10 seconds, 10 seconds, 10 kip swings, 3 times through. All right, we did I think, a stellar job of doing that one. I heard several of you kind of instruct that, and I watched everybody's kip, and it was just so much better. Just looked so tight and so on point where it needs to be. All right, the strength movement for Thursday is going to be push press, 3 RM. Just kind of give them a little bit of time to work up to a 3 RM. I think we need to do some Olympic derivatives here on this part. So you got, give them like 15, 20 minutes to work up to a 3 RM, kind of depending on how your class, how your warm-up goes. Knowing that we have a 16-minute EMOM kind of gives you that reverse engineer ability to give them a set time for the push press. All right, so workout for Thursday is going to be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. We've got 4 stations. Going to do plyo push-ups. All right, so some sort of explosive push-up. You can do chest taps. You can do alternated shoulder taps. You can do clapping push-ups. You can do push-ups over the plate that are pretty popular. Totally up to you. Just some sort of explosive movement for 30 seconds. Then we're going to do lateral ski jumps. Right, how we want these set up is people are going to be on a mat long ways, and they're going to jump from one end of the mat to the other end of the mat, like 6 feet, 6-ish feet, right, side to side jump. So they're like jumping to the side, they're landing on one foot, absorbing their entire body weight onto one foot, and then driving that same foot off again. So they're like almost ski jumping side to side, only landing on one foot per jump. So they're landing and taking off on the same foot, landing and taking off on the same foot. So you jump to the right, land on the right foot. Jump to the left, land on the left foot. Then we're going to do double unders.
Over the mat? Is that what you said?
You have the mat width, well, mat length to jump from. So to maximize like distance.
Yes. Can I video that too?
Yeah, we'll shoot a video for that one as well. Yeah, so really.
Lateral bounding.
Yeah, but you're not. Yes, but you're not going forward at all. You're just going side to side. All right, then you're gonna do a station of double unders, and then you have overhead weighted step ups. All right, just kind of rocking those out as hard as you possibly can for 30 seconds, and then resting for 30 seconds and rotating to the next station. That one should be pretty fun too.
What do you want us to do, like, as an alternative if they have knee issues on that ski jump?
Shorten the distance they have to jump.
Huh?
So go from a mat length to a mat width to like over one of those tiny little dome-shaped cones.
Okay.
Yeah, even if it turns into line jumps, so like the line of the mat, it turns into line jumps side to side, like 30 seconds on for just your right foot, and then 30 seconds on for just your left foot. That's a perfect substitution for that one.
Okay, and so if they can't do double unders, you want to do the taps again?
Yeah, they will. Let's have a rope in their hand.
Okay.
They're going to have to get it at some point. So I say let's put a rope in their hand and have them swing some, at least effort the double unders.
If I could jump in, what's been working really well for me lately was having people do high singles. Instead of sitting there and just single, but it's a high single,
right.
high single, and it's the same rhythm as the double.
All right, Friday, going to ankle mobility on the box again. It's kind of working on all the corners that you can hit in your ankle. You can do this a ton of different ways. If you go to mobilitywad.com or ROMWAD, you can find a lot of the stuff in there. Basically just, it's a real thing.
I haven't heard of that.
There's a lot of this stuff on there. So anything you can do ankle mobility-wise, I think will be awesome. You're going to do 3 sets. You're going to do 10 Cossack squats coming up again. So this is just pistol progression work now, guys. So all the Cossack squat is for is pistol progression. So making sure you're coming up. Every single Cossack squat, so all your weight's going to be on that right foot, kind of squatting down. You're going to come up. All your weight's going to go on that left foot, squatting down. You're going to do a set of 10 of that. And you're going to go right into 10 feet together range of motion squats. So feet are glued together, going to try to drive your butt down to your calves. Just kind of 3 sets back and forth with that. It helps when you do the ankle mobility before you do those squats. And then the movement for Friday is going to be back squat. All right, you got 5 sets of 5 at 80%. So give them an opportunity to work up to the 80%. They probably won't get in all 5 rounds here, so we'll take 3 rounds on this one, just because the workout's going to be way more brutal than they think. But if you can get 3 sets of 5 at 80%, I'd be super happy. But they've got a ton of squats in the workout. You can kind of de-emphasize the back squat for this week as well. All right, so Friday's workout is going to be a Games WOD. Okay, this was the CrossFit Games 2009 workout. It was just like squat central. So you have 3 rounds. You got 30 ball shots and then 30 squat snatches at 75 pounds. So you're squatting every single snatch. So that's 90 ball shots and 90 squat snatches. Yeah, Kaylee's excited. Might as well have like 30 calorie row in there too.
What was the weight for the games?
75-45.
That was the.
Oh yeah, this is the games workout. Yeah. Sean's face says it all. So
108 squats.
we'll have the competitors do this one too, because I think they need to kind of get that burn sensation going on. I'm excited about that. I think more so to coach it than I am to do it.
I think Sean's face is stuck.
Yeah. All right, Saturday. we got an 8-minute EMOM. You're gonna do 20 seconds of double under work. So now we have the work included in there, Teresa. So you can start doing the jump and double taps here. So just 20 seconds of double under work. Any sort of progression you want for the double unders here is okay. All right. After that 20 seconds, you're going to go right into 5 box jumps. You can adjust the height of the box. So you can have some folks that are going to jump super high. We can stack those tires and double tires up if you guys want to. If they go ridiculously high, then they can adjust down to 3 box jumps or 2 box jumps, depending on you as the coach. It does take a little bit of time to go over the jumping technique. So go over jumping technique for both the double unders and for those box jumps. Those should be a quick 8-minute, just like your calves should be pretty warmed up after this.
So if you're jumping and landing at the right bottom of the squat, that's okay? Or do you want more of a hip displacement?
I'm a huge fan. If they're gonna do a high box jump, let's make it worth their while. And let's work on that vertical hip displacement. So if they can't land their box jump with their hips and knees open more than 90 degrees, it's too high. All right. Even on the tall ones, like, you know, if you can't drive the hips up and have them land on top of the box, then they don't need to be jumping that high. All right, the workout for Saturday. Okay, it's going to be flat gone bad style with a partner. All right, so you're going to have 1 or 2 minutes per station. We'll kind of work on this one. You got a couple different exercises you're going to work on. So the first one's going to be tire flips. So me and Jenny are partners. 3, 2, 1, go. It's max tire flips in a minute or 2 minutes. All right. Clock never stops. We're going to go right into sledgehammer swings. All right. We're going to have some of the tires up on boxes. Okay, so up on some of the boxes. So you're swinging just like from the games a couple years ago. You're swinging sideways to hit these tires down and hit these tires back. All right. So if the small tires are too light, we will use a big tire on the boxes to drive that tire down and drive that tire back. All right. So a rep for that is going to be the distance of the boxes.
Boxes side by side.
Yeah, boxes side by side.
That's a lot of friction.
Yeah.
It's gonna slide.
A whole lot from you. We love it.
I want to see you and Sean test this out.
Okay. And then we have a skier. Fantastic. It's going to be awesome. Great exercise. If you haven't had a chance to use a skier yet, I highly recommend it. It is just awesome. Because most folks are scared of the air assault bikes, we're going to put those in there too because they hurt. All right, and then strict pull-ups, that last piece for Saturday. I actually think this looks like the most fun workout all week long.
It's still 5 movements.
Yeah, so tire flips, sledgehammer swings, ski erg, air assault, strict pull-ups.
Or so you could run with 20 people.
You can easily run it with 20 or 35 people. Whoa! If you have a rest station, you can run it with more people.
Yeah.
Just the clock would never stop then. Like nobody ever goes into
It always confuses people.
the whole group goes into a rest. Cool questions here. I'm excited to try out the sledgehammer swings.
How much water day?
And
Huh?
what did you say?
How much the water day? Thursdays.
How much on Thursday's WOD?
How much time?
You're talking about Thursday?
Yeah.
So it's 16 minutes, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off.
Wait, no.
Friday?
Yeah, how much?
We're gonna have the 6:30 a.m. class tested out.
Okay.
I think so. I'm going off of what Krista. Probably you can weigh in on this, and you can do that workout in a little bit under, probably 9:30. All right, so double that for our athletes, so 18 minutes probably for that workout.
Okay.
I'm imagining Kristen and Kaylee going unbroken on the ball shots the whole time. All right, and then I'm imagining Krista be able to do the first set of squat snatches, probably 20 and 10, and then 15 and 15. But it's 45 pounds, so maybe even go unbroken with those. So you're looking between a 10-minute finish and a 20-minute finish on that workout.
Okay.
I know you better than that, Sean.
Freddie. What would Freddie do it in?
It depends on what Freddie has for breakfast. All right, questions?
Freddie can crush some ball shots now.
Awesome. Jenny's got the command.
All right, I don't have that much for you guys tonight. Other than just a note on coaching and a little bit of what I've seen on the floor. Like Drew said, you guys did a really good job of coaching the technique for a lot of the gymnastics movements and really hammering on that. I feel like we were on point with going over the points of performance and describing the movements and what they should be, but I felt like we were falling behind a bit on making the actual correction for people. So when it came time for folks to do it themselves, we were letting a little bit of positioning slide, and I want to encourage you guys to use more tactile correction on a lot of these movements. I feel like positioning, having them hanging from the bar, like that is not a hip movement, it's a spinal flexion. So if they're piking their hips and their torso is still straight, then that is probably a tactile correction. It's not going to happen by telling people what you want because they need to feel it. On things like the Y holds, like those need tactile corrections. On the planks, just get more hands-on. Like, don't be afraid to get in there and get hands-on people and making corrections and putting them into the position that they need to be in to feel it. All this gymnastics stuff, like growing up in a gymnastics program, like it is just hands-on. You really don't learn some of the gymnastics movements simply by watching. So I just encourage you guys, I'd like to see a lot more of that with everybody. Huh? Okay. Then still working towards Attaboys. We sent out 16 last week, which was awesome. There was a bunch from Kaylee and a bunch from Lee and a ton from Krista. If we made this a girls versus boys contest, girls would have it.
Let's make it a girls versus boys.
Boys.
Done. Done.
So yeah, Avery, Sean, Drew, I need you guys to get on the Attaboy train and start sending some out this week.
All right. So we gotta log them. Right. So you gotta log the fact that you sent it. All right. Starting November 2nd, I'll give $100 to the winner on Friday.
So for this week?
For this week, I'll give $100 cash to the person that has the most sent out by the 4:30 class on Friday. They gotta be in the mailbox.
Done. They have to be logged in Zen Planner.
Yeah, it's gotta be logged in Zen Planner.
It can't be to someone who already got one for the month.
No.
So if Drew sends one on Monday and Avery sends it to the same person on Tuesday, then no.
Yeah, you gotta look at Zen Planner to see who's got one, who doesn't have one, and actually it's gotta be legit. Attaboy. You can't be like nice hair.
You rocked out those shoes today.
Yeah, it's gotta be a legit one.
All right, go back to the email I sent last Monday. There's a bunch of ideas in there on what to look out for. More than just PRs. They should not be for just PRs. All right, last thing, and this is super easy too.
If the boys win, I'm gonna buy them steaks too.
Wait, okay, so the person who has the most gets $100?
$100 cash, yep.
And if the boys win, they all get steaks?
Yeah, absolutely.
And if the girls win, what do we get?
Ribbons in your hair.
Drew said ribbons in our hair. She's shaking her head. Milkshakes! We all get milkshakes.
Okay, I'll give you guys steaks too, damn it. Beer!
I love it. All right, last thing. I just need your guys' help on this. Actually, Spencer needs your guys' help on this. One of the most tedious tasks to do is to go and reconcile the whiteboard. But there's people sliding in that are coming to class and haven't paid, and there's folks sliding in for their 4th or 5th class when they are 2-3 times a week membership. And sometimes not on purpose, but if they can't sign in, there's a reason why they can't sign in. So if we're going to create a log sheet to have right there at the whiteboard, if someone cannot log in, we need to teach our athletes how to let us know that there's a problem and they can't sign in, and at least write it down on that log. But where I need you guys' help is as you're writing names on the whiteboard and their scores, we got to go back to first name, last initial. Because if we write David on the board and she's reconciling the whiteboard and he wasn't signed in, she doesn't know what David to sign in. All right, so Spencer's been here for about 2 weeks now. She's not going to know who our athletes are and who's coming to what class.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, we just have one Dana T now. Dana T isn't here anymore, right? We do have a couple of people with the same name, like Katie S.
Jared S.
We have 2 Jared S's. Chris, which Chris?
Chris Smith.
2 Chris S's. All right, there's 2 Chris S's, 2 Katie S's, 2 Jared S's. So just kind of note which one. Now, you guys may not know their last name. Don't be afraid to ask them. It's no big deal. Like, hey, what's your last name? Awesome. Great. Not a big deal. Yeah, it's part of POCO. All right. Anything else you guys need to add? Thank y'all for being awesome on Friday. That was super fun taking the picture.
Yeah.
Super, super fun. All right. Well, you guys have an awesome week. I'll see you tomorrow.